Many times, unfortunately, there isn't even enough money. And this is where then I start to become, if you will, a school teacher or an instructor or an advisor, and caution you to take a real hard look at your own automobile insurance policy. I want to explain this. Let's suppose you have some kind of very serious injury. The laws provide that the other guy, the other person who's responsible for that injury, well, their insurance has to pay you. Insurance is a contract. You go in to the insurance agent, you say, I want to buy insurance, and more often than not, the insurance agents tell you, I'm going to give you full coverage. Don't worry. And they put their arm around you and pat you on the back and say, everything's taken care of, Fred. Everything's taken care of, Sally. You're good. Well, there's no such thing as insurance full coverage. That's a lie. Insurance liability limits in Maryland are now $30,000 and in Virginia $25,000. And insurance agents tell you that's full coverage. So how does this affect you? Well, if you cause an accident to begin with, that's the most your insurance company is going to have to pay, no matter how serious the injury or the consequences to the person that you injured. So even a slight problem could quickly go over your insurance company's limit that they sold you, telling you probably it was full coverage, and then you're responsible personally for the damages caused above your limit. How does that sound? Well, the answer is that it's even more detrimental to you, because what ends up happening is if you're the person that's injured and the other person has these low limits, the $25,000 or the $30,000, there's not going to be enough for you potentially if you have any moderate or serious injury. So you have the right from your auto insurance contract to claim underinsured motorist benefits. It's usually called UM, or underinsured is called UIM. Those are the abbreviations. And your limits on these UM coverages are the same as your liability limits, where if you cause the accidents, that's the most your carrier has to pay. So if you have a $25,000 or a $30,000 liability limit, you're going to have the same limit for uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. And then if you're the one hurt, that's all you can get. So here's my school teacher bit, or my advisor bit for you, this legal advice, if you will. Go out and get big coverage. The difference in premiums is absolutely minuscule. You can't go wrong spending another $10 or $15 and having $100,000 or $250,000 in both liability and in uninsured and underinsured motorist coverages on your auto policy. So again, when you have this discussion of justice, is it fair that you've got a horrible injury and there's not enough money? Of course it's not fair. The only thing you can do to protect yourself is raise your limits and pay those extra $10, $15, $20 every 6 months and have good limits, so at least medical bills and lost wages can be compensated. And then, as I said earlier, having the illusion that the money is going to be fair or just, well, it's just that. It's an illusion. There is no amount of money that's going to take care of what happened to you as if it never happened. It did happen. Unfortunately, sometimes bad things happen to good people.